What's good, everybody? It's your man, The Voice, bringing you this week's Time Out. This is where we take a step back and assess the game of life, looking to God for strategies to bring us true success. This week's thought, ambitious. Kyrie Alexander Irving was born March 23rd, 1992 in Melbourne, Australia. He is one of the best ball handlers in the history of the game, if not the best. Upon graduating from high school at St. Patrick's in Elizabeth, New Jersey, the McDonald's All-American played under the Hall of Fame Coach K at Duke. In 2016, he helped break the 52-year championship drought for the city of Cleveland. LeBron could not win in Cleveland without Kyrie. The now controversial figure wasn't satisfied with just winning. He wanted to create his own legacy and lead his own team. So, on August 30th, 2017, he was traded to my squad, the Boston Celtics. When he was in Cleveland, he wore number 2. In Beantown, he would don number 11, the same number he wore in high school. The same colors that he wore at St. Patrick's, green and white. What was their mascot? The Celtics. So Boston seemed like the perfect spot for him to claim his crown. With Jaylen Brown and fellow Dookie Tatum, he seemed poised to take the Seeds to their 18th banner. The 25-year-old didn't know the weight of carrying a team, though. He is an excellent player, but he's not one to rally the troops and provide direction. In 2019, he apologized to James. Kyrie was the face of the Cavs since being drafted number 1 overall in 2011 when he won the Rookie of the Year until James returned in 2014. During their time together, James got all the praise, but none of the blame. After the trade, he understood the responsibility that goes with trying to lead a team to a championship and how poor his attitude was during their playing days. Ambition is good, but often we misjudge the gravity of what we so eagerly pursue until it's been achieved. In Matthew chapter 20, verses 17 through 20, Jesus tells his disciples that they're going to go to Jerusalem where he will be beaten and killed, then rise again in 3 days. James and John, the sons of Zebedee, were ambitious, kind of like Kyrie was. And their mother started politicking for her boys. Now, part of this is understandable, as Jesus dying and raising would cause them to think that he would be moving into his kingdom. It was still a bit tone deaf, though. Mom may have brought them, but James and John made the request as well. When you ask to be used by God, you ask for the trouble that comes with it. Jesus asked these gentlemen if they could drink from the cup that he would drink from and be baptized with his baptism. They stood on business and said yes. Did they understand that he was not speaking about water baptism or a goblet of wine? Instead, this was a metaphor for the suffering he would endure for the sake of the call. It's natural not to want pain, to avoid it. That's what pain is there for, to tell us to lay off of whatever it is that's hurting us. Jesus didn't want the pain of going to the cross. In agony, he asked to let the cup pass. Ultimately, he said, Father, your pleasure, your plan, your will is more important than my comfort. The world's way is not God's. Seeking selfish ambition, honor, wealth, that's not the way. Helping those who have hurt or taken advantage of you is Christ-like. This shows his love is at work in your life. So here's the play. To follow Jesus, you must take up the thing that kills you, the cross. Discipline yourself to adhere to his ways like he disciplined himself to the cross. Like Jesus, our pain will lead to God's glory. It's your man, The Voice, bringing you this week's Time Out. All right, time to get back in the game of life. Until next week, ready, break.